Just getting everything set up if you guys are coming in. I can't see the screen. Go. What's going on, Henry? Oh no, I'm just getting the back end of this all set up real quick. I keep looking to my right to see if anybody's gonna pop in or not tonight. I'm not too sure if anybody's coming in. Okay, I think that looks about right for tonight. No, just been a long week. Sometimes the days just go by so quick anymore. I'm just get the camera refixed. The next week, I'm off Wednesday through Sunday because I had to burn a bunch of vacation before the end of the year. So 2 days off next week, get to try to hopefully recuperate. Been getting a lot of stuff pushed out to PSA here recently. All the end of the year tax stuff starting to look at. So a lot of the fun stuff. Luckily, no more card shows I'll be set up this year, so I'll just be going as a buyer to the rest of them. Gotcha, Joey. But yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy week looking over a lot of stuff. I keep flipping back and forth between two or three things here. Okay, here we go. But hopefully everybody's having a pretty good week. I know next week's Turkey Week. We'll see where we're at on for Friday night next week. I know it's Black Friday, but Black Friday starts all crazy times anymore. Some started this week or next week. So I don't know how well everybody will be out shopping probably Thursday night. We'll probably come on a little bit Friday night. I'll hit that a little bit, Teddy. Basically, he was set up, or he wasn't set up. He went to a card show and he was there as a buyer. Somebody came inside and said, I guess there was somebody looking to sell some vintage cards. So he walked out to the lobby. This is in a hotel, that from my understanding. So he left the venue of the room that's being rented, walked out to the lobby, looked at the items, didn't buy them, and just vlogged it. And the promoters now talking all kind of stuff against him. I'll hit it up tonight with it because there's a lot of, excuse me, a lot of thoughts that go into this. For me, actually promoting card shows and hosting them to setting up through the years, it goes with legal licensing. There's a lot to it all, and I don't know the rules in setting up in Florida. I haven't set up in Florida since 2008, maybe seven. No, wait, 7 or 8, 1 or 2 years. Come see Black Friday. I'm waiting for David Adams. David Adams all the way. But oh man, it is getting dark out big time now. But yeah, basically, Breakout Cards got a couple messages on Facebook. Promoter reached out to him. The wording is not really good onto it, but he's trying to say that he promoted, like, what's the wording here? I don't want to say it wrong. He Just a heads up, card show event promoters do not appreciate you promote on YouTube how to set up your own free vendor space in the lobby of a card show venue, which he never did. And the thing is with it, and I'll hit this more, is there's so many deals that are done across the board. What's the rules of going in as a buyer when it's a free card show? Did you pay money to get into the card show, like the National or the Dallas show or the Monster? There's a lot to go along with it, especially with the dealers that are set up because they're considered a booth of business, what licensing and stuff. But with him just going out to look at some cars somebody's selling, he's just not taking up space in the floor. And obviously, they didn't have a trading spot set up. I see both ends on to it, but in the long run, he was not in the venue. The guy did not rent the whole hotel. It's not like I'll use the Midwest Monster where they rent the whole building. So if you were doing something in the stands or out front, they could have said something. Hey, get off here. We don't allow that here. Oh well, they all think they're the next Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, or whoever else is out there, Tanner Fox. I don't even know half the names, Ludwig. But the issue is if you're gonna do stuff like that and do the recordings, which again, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Me personally, Teddy, if it was my card show, I would have had no issue with it. Long as he wasn't blocking dealers' tables and stuff and it was off to the side, I don't care. If the state would be there and be like, hey, you're conducting a deal here at the card show, you need to pay sales tax. That's on him. I like I said. But that's the thing. Everybody wants to become quite popular, gain revenue, another source of income. Some people say it's fun. Some people quote they're vlogging their experiences for later in life, whatever it may be. I mean, there's so many answers out there, but to find the truth why somebody does it, that's the real hard part. I mean, if Breakout Card is watching this, just hit me up. I mean, I'll bring you in if you want to come on here on Zoom. You could go through the whole thing because like I said, I'm pretty much straight and narrow, and I don't see anything wrong with what you did at all, especially you didn't purchase it. You didn't come out and say this. Look, I'm setting up a free vendor spot in the lobby of the hotel. I don't have to pay the dealer cost. There's nothing like that. It's the guys that go into the shows that take over tables to conduct stuff because they weren't sold that I would have an issue with. But honestly, if I was hosting a card show in a basketball sized gym, I would put a little area I would have trading area is what I would call it. If you conduct any cash business or PayPal business and stuff like that on the outside, that's on you. It'd be called trading slash, I guess, rest place or something like that. You know, that way you're not clogged up everywhere. Yeah, yeah, that's the point is if you're hosting a big show, it'd be best to have something small where guys could go congregate and talk because they might be like, if I'm standing at a table as a buyer, if somebody comes up to my right and the dealer passes, say on a rare Nolan Ryan auto, I might be like, dude, you looking to sell that? I'll buy it. Am I wrong for doing it? Probably in some sense of way, but the dealer passed on it. I'm highly interested in the card. I can either make a deal there. We can walk across the street to Starbucks. I don't know, anywhere to do the deal. You know, if you're setting up, if you're the host of a card show and you're going to want to have certain rules and regulations, you need to have that stuff posted for one. Its second time is, are all your dealers licensed? Do they have state tax resale at tax ID numbers and all that stuff? I mean, there's all kind of questions on to it. The big part of it is, okay, so when I hosted the show here, I had my federal EIN, I have my state sales tax ID permit for resale, and then I also had to go get a city license. All my licensing covered that building and what was inside of it with dealers. Now here's the catch to it all. If these guys did not have all three of those licenses, I technically am supposed to collect that money and disperse it back out to the proper authorities. So that's where all the questioning goes in. If you look at the national, for an example, and it could be any number of dealers up there. A lot of guys will have like 4 or 5 tables and they'll let somebody set up with them, but they're the ones that have all the licensing, because like if you set up in Chicago, you got to have all the licensing and credentials in order to set up there. The state licensing, all that stuff. It's probably city as well too, maybe county. As a promoter, I don't care if you share a table. In the long run, long as one person at that table has all their credentials, I never cared. Oh, I gotta let Joey in. So that's why I say, whenever you're doing all this stuff and promoting a shows and that, you have to know what's in your state, what is legal, and the other states you're visiting. And a lot of people don't know that offhand. A lot of people think you could just set up at a card show and you're not going to pay any sales tax. Let that state come after you or send a representative there. And a lot of these guys are vlogging that. And just because you're in another state, if you're set up physically, you have to have the licensing by law. Now, by me selling on the internet, you have to meet certain thresholds underneath the Wayfair Act. And I think that's where a lot of the problems are coming into play, is people watch videos and think that's what's right. And it's not. There's so many things that are not right about it. And you have to know the rules and the laws. But if you're promoting a show, if you're charging money for a buyer to come into your show, what's wrong with them doing deals then? They're a paid freaking customer. They might not be paying the dealer table, but what's wrong with them selling their stuff to dealers? If you're not going to have that there, then post the stuff up, and I guarantee you, your show will be a bust.
They make us feel dirty.
Dirty? What?
They make you feel dirty. Oh, you can't make a deal here. Go outside.
Like I said, I never cared at my shows. Now, if you were clogging up the aisleway or something like that, go somewhere else. There were lobbies. You can go outside and go do your side stuff there. I had no issue with it. Again, you're held responsible for your transactions legally.
Well, basically, when you buy or when you pay to go to a card show, I've never had to sign any kind of like waiver of like, I will not do any deals in here unless it's with the dealer or blah, blah, blah. And even in a free one, they have no say so because it's free.
Well, Teddy, you have to have one in each state. You just can't have a federal EIN and do that. Or an ITIN, whatever you want to call it. Or run it off your social as sole proprietor. That state you have to have licensing for. At the same time frame, the cities and the towns and whatever else may require you to have that stuff additionally too. It depends on their rules and laws. And I know this from bouncing between different areas to making sure that I'm always legit wherever I go. And the very lowest I have is the state. I may not have a city or township because a lot of times I don't have time to go play with that stuff. If they show up at the show and give me the paperwork, I'll pay you whatever out of it. But I at least make sure that the cities or the states and the federal is always covered. If they don't have the proper documentation, because see, a lot of people think the EIN is going to cover you. It's not. Your EIN is just basically your business's social security number. Is the easiest way of saying it. So once you establish that, which will get you a DUNS number and all this other stuff down the road, you then have to go to your state. It could be your state secretary or whatever it may be. And when you go into there, you have to choose what you're doing. So back when I started, there was only one option, wholesale resale. Okay. After I moved, I had to change my category. It was called I forget, it begins with a 4. It has a 6-digit NAICS number, I think is the correct terminology onto it. And it was dealt with trading cards, sports memorabilia, and stuff like that. So that number there they give me is my state sales tax permit. So that means that I could buy from anybody and not pay sales tax, but when I sell in that state, I have to remit the sales tax. And yes, Teddy, it is monitored now because they do 1099s. From there, so now I have both of those, and I go to set up, and I want to be a promoter at my own show in this town. I have to then go to the city, which at that time frame was Elizabethtown, Kentucky, had to get a yearly license, and then I had to, I think theirs was yearly, if I recall right. Yeah, end of the year, I had to, remit any kind of money to them with a long form, which was really, really easy to do because you just have to guess on half the crap at the end of the year type deal because of how quick they want it. But now, if I had 50 dealers in my show and only 10 of them are state licensed, by law, I'm supposed to collect from those other 40 dealers all the state stuff. And if nobody in there is local, I'm supposed to be collecting or forcing them to go get their licensing. A lot of those guys won't do that. And that's why I said, in all my stuff, whenever I have people set up at my shows, you are responsible for all your own licensing. I make sure that's very pertinent because it covers my butt. Because I am not going to go around trying to figure out how much everybody freaking sold if they're going to tell me the truth or not. What's up, Grunt Dad? I seen your message earlier. Reply back to it. He just found out about Tag and our two famous friends that are working in there. What, go to Korea? Go overseas?
Cash.
No, technically you're supposed to record all cash sales and claim it by law.
Yeah, lick my balls. Ain't gonna happen.
Hey, but see, when you say something like that, what happens if you're monitoring? They're like, hey, I'm going to come after this dude and check his shit. One, they have to prove it. But here's the thing is, think about all these guys that do the videos with the big deals, sales. I'll tell you, they're going to get cracked down. There's been a lot of this stuff coming down through time now. Yeah, I was going to say, Grunt Dad, that's the only other way, unless I ain't going to lie, I shouldn't say this. There's people that use people's non-sales tax states and have stuff mailed to them, and then they package it up and send it out. But that's when they start doing all the Oconus stuff.
No,
but I'm
really?
not going to bust out who did it before for me, but because I didn't want to pay tax. But there's places where
I may know that person.
You could get the PO box in like Arizona and some of these other states and have stuff shipped there. You don't have to pay sales tax because they go off your shipping address, not where you're physically located. But I'm telling you, they're going to catch on, and I don't know if it'll be a year, 2 years, but they're cracking down now on a lot of this stuff. But yeah, I mean, honestly, when you think about it, I don't think breakout cards. I think his name is Ryan or something like that. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
He did nothing wrong.
He did nothing at all wrong onto it. One, he was not there as a dealer. He was there as a buyer. He was approached by somebody to buy cards, moved to the lobby, which is maybe a part of the facility, but it's not the rented building because it's a hotel. He only rented a room. Yeah. Because I can tell you now, when I did a card show out of a hotel, I asked them, if I have guys that want to go out here and sit in the lobby and do some deals, do you have an issue with it? They said, no, sir. So that's the thing with it, is that it's blown up. He never promoted, and this is exactly like I said, guys. It said, just a heads up, card show event promoters do not appreciate that you promote on YouTube. Okay, well, if you don't want free publicity for your show, whatever then, this is what he put afterwards. It was, do not appreciate you promote on YouTube, in quotation marks, how to set up your own free vendor space in the lobby of a card show venue. He never did that. He never said or even did anything. He went out there to look at some stuff. You know how many times that you're going to meet people that have cards on Facebook or whatever it may be? Hey, dude, can you meet me at Starbucks or McDonald's or somewhere to get it? Because you don't want to come to your house. and you probably don't want to go to their house. You gotta get that safe ground. What's the big deal about the freaking lobby of some place? Like I said, if you're not going to have certain rules of your show, then they have to be shown publicly. I don't see what the big deal is onto it all. It was Port St. Lucie card show. I'm reading the whole thing now. But here's the weirdest part of it all is he got these other two messages. Oh, how do I click this open? Here we go. It says, so I guess he came back and said he was approached. He never even bought the cards. He went to the lobby. Correct answer back to the guy. I understand that you were approached to look at cards. That is not the problem. The problem is that you are now unprofessionally promoting it on YouTube. I don't get that. I will now have to consider that if your free publicity video is available on YouTube promoting this illegal act on private property. We will now have to confront others who are going to be inspired to do the same because it has been established, documented, and being promoted on YouTube every day by, and he gives his full name. I am hoping that we could both be a little more considerate and professional. I gotta go to the next page. In resolving this matter, we would be more than happy to work with you on this. Please consider what can be done in a professional matter that could correct the situation and probably also benefit both of us. What's the benefit?
It sounds like a promoter who couldn't sell out tables and is pissed off about it, for one. For two, he sees probably how many views that guy got by putting up his makeshift table and was like, well, if you got a lot of views, maybe you can help me with that, getting tables. So
but that's the thing is he didn't have a makeshift card table. He wasn't a dealer. He went out to the lobby to meet somebody.
Exactly.
You know whose responsibility that is?
It's him that he did.
It's not the dealer's responsibility. He did not rent that lobby. He rented the freaking hotel room. That's the hotel.
Exactly. But that's the thing. The guy's allegedly accusing him of setting up his makeshift table in the lobby, which he never did. But he's pissed off. The promoter's pissed off. He probably didn't sell out the tables. He probably didn't sell out the venue. He probably got
the video looked like all the tables were sold out from what I recall. So I think the issue is this. In some states, and I talked about this before, that if the state or somebody else came in to look at it, and they see that deal going in the lobby. Now, this is old days. I don't know what the new ones are. I just tell everybody, make sure you're licensed. You're on your own. That's the word in the bond that's signed when you set up on one of my card shows. You have to be licensed. If you're not, that's on you to get your proper documents before the show. And I wasn't going to sit there and check all, but you could get fined. That individual could be fined, and the promoter of the show could be fined too in some states. I know that. And I believe it was either North Carolina or maybe it was Georgia, one of the two shows, because they used to have guys. I think it was Georgia because we always set up in Atlanta, and they would come by there, and you had to show your credentials. And if you didn't, they made you fill a form out right there because you were paying your money to them in that state.
Yeah. No, I think it's stupid. He didn't interfere with the card show. Someone approached him. I mean, hell, I've been approached at a card show that I was looking at a card. The guy had it for too much, and I was like, I'll pass. And the guy, but somebody goes, hey, I got the same card, but I'll sell it to you for cheap. What's the difference? Because I didn't use my money with that vendor. But hey, I mean, I tried to work out a deal. Didn't work out. But doesn't mean I can't. I mean, there's no law saying I can't turn around and say, hey, man, you got that card? I'll buy it from you. I've had people do that to me. I'm showing cards to a dealer. If they want anything, if they're not, they're like, no, we'll pass. And then some guy's like, hey, what do you want for that card? I'm interested.
Yeah, and Granddad, you said just like I said. I mean, honestly, it's up to that hotel. If it was not in the venue. Now, if you owned that whole building for a venue, totally different story then. But I think what it is they found somebody. They have a YouTube channel. He wrote a freaking book. And he's like, ooh, I'm going to go after this person and try to make a point across. And it's going to backfire on you.
He rented a room in the hotel. He didn't rent the hotel. So as long as you make if I walk out that room I can do whatever the hell I want because you didn't rent the lobby. You rented the room.
Mm-mm. And see, that was like one of the big things when I was hosting shows. So at the event center, they had basketball courts. So I took a basketball court. There was one across from me. Then there was this big, huge lobby, and there were these other banquet rooms and stuff. Guys could go out there to do whatever they wanted. But I also had a little area of tables where guys could go trade, and rest. You do sales, that's on you. I don't, I'm not going to hold that off. But I've seen it. Now, this is when I was a lot younger. I mean, in the 90s, where they were like, hey, no outside deals at this show can be done. If you have questions about this rule, ask. And there was somebody there because they used to charge you like $2 to get in the show. And I understood, hey, you can't make deals outside the show. It means I had to sell to a dealer there.
See, I would make a sign that says, if you plan on making any deals that doesn't include a dealer, go out in the parking lot and make that deal. Do not do it in this building. Plain and simple.
It is. It really is. I mean, if you don't want other buyers to converse, because like I was saying, I think before you came on, if I was a buyer to show and a guy next to me offered a dealer some cards and everything, I'd be like, hey, that Nolan Ryan you got here, I'm interested in it. I would pull him away from everything and do the deal. Now, if I knew another dealer to show, I'd be like, hey, let's step down here to my buddy's table real quick. I'd be like, hey, Steve, can we come behind and knock a deal out real quick? Or whoever's set up there, Chad, Scott, whoever. They'd be like, yeah, cool, come on. Nobody would care. But you have to be able to have that fine line. And like I said, with what he did, I think that was really responsible because he could have said, yeah, tell him to come in here and see me. Instead, he walked out there to the lobby and did it.
Yep.
And he didn't buy anything. That's the funniest part of the whole thing. He didn't buy nothing. He didn't even set up. The only cards he had with him was the ones he purchased there, I believe. Hey, he could grunt at it. I mean, if they take Ryan to court, or it was Ryan, I had to look back at the message. But I think that, he has grounds and a good lawyer, countersues. I mean, then it just gets all crazy. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, it's if you don't want to have it, to have a sign when you come walk in stating that stuff.
Yeah, just have a sign that says, if you plan on doing any deals besides with a dealer, please do it in the parking lot.
Or outside area, outside the building, outside this venue, or in the lobby, because that's the hotel lobby at that time frame.
Exactly.
But I can't tell you how many times I traveled, and this is the funny part. And say I'm at a hotel the card show's at, right? I paid for my room at that card show because my hotel room's above it. I did deals in the lobby all the time. I paid for my room. Well, why can't I? And I'm licensed. Why couldn't I?
No. You got to do it in your room. Because if you don't do it in your room, you're going to piss someone off.
No, but that's the funny part is the lobby is considered a common area for the people that have paid to come into it.
Not for this Nazi promoter, it wasn't.
No, and that's what I'm saying is that you have to look at all the aspects of it. If you had to run the whole building out, then yeah, you could say something about it. But how did they know that it was wrong to do? Does Brian know all the state statutes that follow with being a dealer, a seller, a buyer? It shows now he was buying. So he had nothing to do with the sell part of it all, which is the worst part. If he had walked out there and sold some cars, then it would have been a little bit more of a bigger gray area. Because I looked through a lot of the comments that he got on Twitter, and a lot of people were siding with the promoter. I can understand if he did it inside the venue. I can understand completely. But if you did inside the venue, why didn't somebody say something to you there? They waited till a YouTube video came out because it says where he went to, and oh, look, you're on YouTube. Did he give your card show a bad review? Oh, no. They'll let him back. I mean, think about this. Restaurants get blinded by, what's that stuff where they get the little 5-star, 4-star restaurants?
Yep.
Half the time, they don't know who the people come in to eat their food, to review it. You going to go out and sue somebody for reviewing your service? No. You're giving an honest opinion on the service or product that you got.
If I was BreakOut, I would tell the guy, sue me, and eat a dick. Have a nice day. Because there's
Teddy, I remember all those days.
There's nothing that guy did wrong. He absolutely did not a damn thing wrong.
Mm-mm.
So if that guy, I would say, sue me. Please sue me. Please sue me so I can sue you for my lawyer fees and for you dragging my name for defamation.
And there'd be some lawyer will probably win a defamation of character for something like that too.
That is a defamation of character.
But here's the part though that'll come into play though, mostly onto the if it would be back like that, is one the promoter sent directly to Ryan. Ryan put it out to the public. Because otherwise,
I don't think the seller's being called out from the lobby. No,
because they probably don't know who the seller was.
Yeah, because
but that's the thing is that
you don't have a channel.
If that promoter would have stuck it all over social media and to ruin BreakOut Card's name, then yes. But if I like I said, if somebody send me an email and I post it on here, that's on me at that time frame. I can't go after the person until they legally do something wrong to me.
Oh no, I agree, Bob. It costs more to sue somebody in this nonsense combined. But when you have a promoter, like I said, being a Nazi promoter, you can't do this, you can't do that. I don't see no sign saying I can. I didn't sign nothing that says I can. You rented this one room. You didn't rent the whole damn hotel. You didn't rent the lobby. If I want to make a transaction outside of your show in the lobby, which I'm pretty much able to do, there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. And you want to sue me? By all means, sue me, and I'll countersue. And that guy's going to be paying.
I think the guy, I don't know. I've seen people calling it extortion and everything else. I think the wording and the messages is really bad for one. And realistically, I would have probably just said, listen, I didn't conduct as a seller at your show. I walked away from your venue into the lobby of a hotel to look at cards somebody was offering to sell me. I was a buyer. And if he would have went on to stuff, I'd be like, LOL. And a thumbs up. That's what he would have got back from me. LOL, thumbs up, go for it.
Exactly. That's like a gambler suing the hotel, suing the casino because he didn't win.
Well, like Teddy just said, a lot of dealers are losing their, all my cards just posted finally on DC Sports. Thank you. So it is when they list now. It's now you don't get it early. Okay, back to what I was saying. But dealers are losing their ass off at shows. I'm telling you this now, unless you're willing to come down a lot in price. And the reason why they're coming down is because, Teddy, they're not claiming it on their taxes. I'm telling you that right now. Because legally, I could say this. At a show, I won't go below 10% of a comp out there. Because I know I could gain more by selling it at other avenues. And I tell people that. Now, people that I've known for a long time, I have no problem doing bulk deals or deals over time and all that stuff with. But if I'm going to the show, I'll drop $30 on the table. I was going to go there anyhow. Might as well set up. If I sell something, I sell something. People come by selling to me. Hey, great.
See, I don't think card shows are dead. The problem is when you have one every week and you're seeing the same shit over and over, same stuff that, he had the same stuff last week. He had the same stuff last week. So why would you keep going to the shows when it's the same stuff? That's the problem. I don't think they're dead. They're still, card shows will still be okay, but you got to spread them out. Maybe once a month is good, but when you have one like every weekend or every other weekend, you're going to see the same shit and you're not going to want to go to a show because, like, why would I want to go? I know his table will be here, his, and it's all the same stuff that they had last time.
It would be fine if you were a dealer and you were moving in and out product constantly. You could change your inventory. Yeah. And that's the reason why a lot of them are dead. At the same time frame, prices are too high. These guys don't want to lose money from 2021 because why? They bought high. When they should have had their inventory, held it before and waited out, not flashed it out quickly and think that they keep on with this Ponzi scheme and getting rich and rich and richer. No. That's why you hold stuff for years. And that's why I tried talking about 2-3 years ago. You grade out, back then you could grade out your boxes. And if you pulled something good of a rookie that you had nothing in it at all because you already made your money back plus some on your box and grading it out, hold it. The worst it could do is it could belly up onto you, or you could make your money right there in the spot. It depends how much you believe in it. Bitcoin. Dude, I remember when Bitcoin was so cheap. I had guys that were mining this stuff. This is no joke. They were mining and mining and mining for like I don't know, it might have been 2 years plus. They wanted to buy this super high tech computer thingy majiggy with all this updated stuff so they could do more of these. They call them math problems or something like that they had to do and stuff when they were mining and digging. Well, anyhow, so they wanted to sell Bitcoin. Well, luckily they came to the right people. They had a lot of money because we were deployed and didn't blow it all on hookers and blow. And, well, I should say blow alcohol, but hookers and alcohol. And, I bought some Bitcoin. So they gave me this like external hard drive. It's password protected with all this stuff I needed onto. Didn't even know Bitcoin went crazy. Guy in my office, like, yeah, Bitcoin just hit 20,000. I'm like, 20,000. I'm like, how much is for like a one Bitcoin? They're like, if you have one Bitcoin, it's 20 grand. I'm like, what the hell? I had to go find that crap, open it up, and I started selling. Now I did hold a couple pieces of it, but I was like, oh, I got my money back. That was the best investment ever. Just like gold and silver, it's not a short-term solution to buy that stuff and think you're going to make big, unless you're buying millions of dollars of stuff to make quick money, you buy and hold it. That's what I did. I bought it through time, when it was cheap, especially when I was in Afghanistan. Damn, that gold was cheap and silver. My God. But you bought that stuff to buy and hold for later in life. And, 20 years down the road, maybe it triples, quadruples, 10Xs, 20Xs, who knows? That's going to be the new comment. And everybody's going to be talking about hookers and blow because I said that. Henry, I made the comment when I went into the show last Saturday. So there was a box guy there, and I didn't know if he knew the trick on some of the serial numbers on the boxes. So I yelled real loud, Chad, let's go down and check some Crown Royal boxes, man. I know the serial numbers. And so then he looked and he's like, he didn't understand. So I did walk down and say something. But that's just doing due diligence so somebody doesn't get scammed. I could have probably walked down there and picked my boxes out, but I wouldn't have done that.
But would you want a Kaboom now, knowing that?
Would I take one for $200, $220 a box? Hell yeah. Grade out and sell it, flip it. You definitely make your money back.
Well, knowing what we know now, I wouldn't pay for one. We know where they're at. We know how to get them. So it takes how
you gotta buy full cases. XRCs were the same thing. If you really dig in, I know 3 guys that dig into this stuff constantly when I was a breaker, and they still do it today. And they used to say how to figure out what boxes had what in it, and it was amazing. And we're talking about from Prism to select XRCs to you name it. They were figuring stuff out. That's all they did. They would just watch breaks. They try to catch the serial numbers on boxes, or when you're flipping the lid up. See, back in the day, you used to get a stamp inside the lid for had a number on to it, and you could tell off of that. Not a lot of people do that one either. Yeah, Bob, I only had 10 Bitcoin. I'll tell everybody that. I'm down to less than half. A little less than half on it. But yeah, I sold. Man, 400 Bitcoin. Jesus, you did some mining. Holy hell. But these guys, like I said, there was a group of them that they were just doing it nonstop. These dudes were insane. I'd never seen anything like it. Because when you redeployed, you had about 30 days to reintegrate. Then it was like 30 days vacation. You got like 90 days afterwards. We didn't do nothing. And there was so much free time off, 3 and 4 day weekends. That's all they would do. I didn't have to worry about them. They wouldn't go out and drink. So I didn't have to worry about DUIs. So they were drinking in their room. Didn't have to worry about getting STDs because, hell, all they wanted to do was play in the damn computer. I didn't care.
No. The boxes that don't have that serial number, do you think they're going to discount those ones?
Well, I think that's why a lot of the prices in the boxes dropped to begin with. I think they went down about $100 a box. Anybody knows offhand? I think it was about $100 a box they went down. And I think that's where, if you're selling them open boxes, there's no way of covering it up. You could put tape over, whatever you want, people will still question you. The only way to do it is to break it by full case or do it by half case and show the full case on screen. Don't move that other half off until you kill the first half. If a kaboom comes out of the first half, then don't worry about it. But it's just one of them gambles. I would just do full case breaks. I mean, at 20 was it about $2,400? I'd probably pay about $2,500, $2,600 a case. Just do the full case break. Stop being cheap and doing mixers. Oh God, breakfast. Man, now you made me hungry for freaking some sausage, some eggs, and hash browns.
Yeah, I just wonder how much those boxes were going to dip after the whole kaboom thing. I was like, well, they don't have the kaboom in it. You're going to see them dip a little bit. I mean, yeah, you still got the autos and the cards and the number and stuff, but
as of November 14th, let me see here. Basketball. Who's rookie? That was what, Cade's rookie year in that?
Yep. Cade, Mobley, Giddey, Kuminga.
Okay, there's Crown Royals, Chronicles,
Barnes,
Contenders, Chronicles,
Sugg, Wagner.
Absolute's another one you can pick out stuff in. That was the other one I was thinking of. I can't find Crown Royal on here. I think they took it off because they didn't have full cases.
Hey, Teddy, Daniel Jones is not a bad asset to have right now. He ain't doing too bad. I was going to buy his stuff at the beginning of the season. I was telling Jason I should buy some Daniel Jones. I think he'll be pretty good this year. And it was cheap, but I didn't.
Yeah, I haven't seen Crown Royal. Oh, wait, am I in basketball or football? I was in football. No wonder why. I scrolled too far down. 2021-22. Crown Royal basketball. Oh, wow. They won $449 a box. I saw them at $220 a box. I can't remember where, though.
Yeah, probably the ones that don't have the serial numbered.
No, they were like out from either like David Adams or Blowout or something. Now, granted, not saying I wouldn't think they would search them, but you know,
you never know.
Yeah, because T-Mall's like, I think it's $69. You can get yourself some T-Mall. You can get some Optic Asia at 79. All right, I'm getting off of that. Skippy.
Bellinger will find a home. I'm not worried about Bellinger.
Woohoo, I got 2 bids so far. Out of probably like $3,000 to $5,000 of cards, I got $2 bids.
Bellinger, he'll go to the Angels.
Oh shit, there it is. I heard PWCC auctions did bad. I just know the Luca PSA 9 logo man out of NT sold for 3.1 million. I think Joey said before it was 4.5, but I remember that thing being over 6 million at one time. But if you look across the board, a lot of cards are still dropping. Look at Michael Jordan relics, insert cards, all dropping. It don't matter the pop level across the board; they're dropping.
Well, a PSA 10 rookie in that auction sold for 180, I think.
Well, look at on DC Sports. He had a Jordan PSA 7. It wasn't even over $4,000 yet going off tonight. I don't even think it'll hit $5,000.
A 7? Woo.
Pretty sure it was a 7 I saw. Let me pull up a link.
Hey, Bellinger's not a has-been. He's still young. He can still turn it around. I think he needs to work on his swing. He'll be all right.
It might already went off. Hold on. No, it has 23 hours left. It's at 4,200. PSA 7.
It could probably get 6.
It won't get more than 5. Stuff is dropping.
you never know. It's going to be around Christmas time, so people are starting to probably get stuff on the cheap.
Don't even matter about that. If you look overall,
Daddy, if my Indians get Bellinger, I'm happy with that. We need some sticks. I wouldn't mind having them.
you could buy a PSA 7 right now for 4,400. It looks exactly the same as the one selling for 4,200 on DC. That's how much these things have dropped in price. People don't realize how many Fleer made. Go look at the pop reports across the board. There's a lot of Jordan Fleer rookies out there.
I got an 8. I paid $6 for mine with it. I got a PSA 8.
5,300 for one, 4,200, 44, 43. See, I told you it wasn't going to go over 5. PSA 8s, I don't even think they're even 3,500, 6,500. These are all stickers. I got to go through stickers. 65, 65.
Oh, I know, Teddy. I know my team is dirt cheap, but hey, we didn't do bad this year. We did better than I thought we would. I think we're the youngest team in the league, and we still made playoffs. Almost beat the Yankees. I mean, that ain't bad. But we need.
Yeah, that's what I'm just looking at, Bob. I didn't think it would go over 5. There's no way. The Jordan Fleer rookies are so much. I see them at shows now where people were trying to hold them. Now they're everywhere. Everywhere. Guys are trying to bring them to the table. I'm like, I want one. I'll give you 25% what they're selling on eBay, and that's it, because they're dipping. They're dipping worse than Daniel dipped.
Well, that's everything across the board is dipping. Everything is dipping.
Well, there's two things that really aren't hitting the head hard. That's hockey and soccer. The other 3 sports are getting boomed down across the board. I mean, there's very few cards out there. Maybe the Ricky Henderson PSA 10 that'll stay pretty high because it's relatively like a pop 20 something. An 86 tops Jerry Rice, it's under a pop 50. Stuff like there isn't going to take huge hits if it does. This other stuff, oh my. Now Gretzky's rookies have gone down a little. Same with Lemieux's, not a whole lot. When you start breaking percentages off of the greats in hockey and soccer compared to the other ones, oh my.
Look how much of LeBron. Look how much of the LeBron Topps Chrome has gone down, rookie.
So look at the Kobe Topps rookie. I used to buy the damn things at $50 to $80 a pop.
I know, but LeBron.
I didn't even realize that Kobe's Topps rookies were hitting. It was over $3,000 because G1 pulled one out of a box. And I was like, what? My slabs, 2,800, 2,800, 2,800. And that thing was like this. Ching. My phone hit so much in a row that I didn't know what the heck was going on. I didn't realize they all sold that quick. The same happened when I did the Lucas Silvers. I didn't realize that I sold them a lot. I thought I only sold like 2 or 3, but it was because the messages popped so much.
Oh, that World Cup's horrible. The conditions, it's pretty shitty.
I don't know, because here's the thing. I went to Qatar once, all right? But I was coming out of like crappy Iraq, where running water had such a high pH level and looked like rust coming out. You were lucky to get hot water if you did. And I went there, and it was just living conditions I had for that year. So my experience is a lot different. Now, if I would be going from here to there, yeah, I would agree. But I lived in some crappy conditions before they said, here, you go take a 4-day pass over there, 2 days there, 2 days back, a week gone. Okay, gone. Yeah, the whole time there, they were like, let's go on these adventures and climb mountains. I'm like, heck you. Where's the damn beer?
No, Teddy, you're right. They're all overpriced, but only one out of those I can see staying the price they are is Mahomes, because he's still producing. He's still doing good this year. I mean, Burrow's kind of had an up and down year. Tatis, he wants to play with needles. Acuna, he was hurt half the season. Soto didn't do shit when he get to San Diego.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? If you look now, though, too, Bob, at the price of the materials to redo your kitchen, it probably balances out because where I'm at, like lumber and stuff skyrocketed the last year and a half, 2 years.
And plus, Bob, no one knew that was coming. In 2019, right around the corner, it was like, you know,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I would not, Granddad, I would not pay that to go to the World Cup. No, 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 no. My days of visiting areas like that are long, long over. Now, would it be cool to go like to like Israel or Jerusalem? Probably, but then again, I don't want to get wrapped up in some kind of terroristic act out there where I get shanked and beheaded and stuff like that out there. That'd be my luck too. They'd be like, "Oh, look, it's Tom Brady. We remember you from the Peshwa." I'm like, "Oh, hell!"
oh, if they only had if they had the World Cup in like I don't know Ireland or something like that, that would be freaking fun.
Oh, really? They were that low back then, Bob? I can't remember. It's been a while since 2018. I'd have to go back and look. I didn't think they were that low. I thought they were a little closer to 4 back then, but I could maybe I'm that far off.
Who will have a better career, Tatis or Harper? The base Tatis was like 300, Harper 150 makes no sense. So, okay, for one, Harper he's having a good career. Tatis we still don't know yet, but my money's on Harper. But you got to remember, Tatis was a hype child. Harper was not a hype child. That's why.
Granddad, the difference between me and Brittany Griner, she went there and did something illegal. I'm just going there to vacation. And I can just see like the threat level hits like freaking some triple alpha out there on my butt. The next thing you know, I'm just walking to go buy some dang souvenirs and I get thrown in a van and hooded.
Now, are we not supposed to negotiate? We don't negotiate, right? Our country, because they're negotiating right now.
We're not supposed to negotiate with terrorists, but yet we did bring back Bergdahl. We are not going to talk about that because that's a sore subject for me.
Well, right now they're talking about trading for Griner.
But Griner's in Russia. That's really not trading with terrorists.
Well,
we're not at war with Russia, and they're not considered terrorists. I mean, I know there's other opinions out there, but let's just get technically speaking. I mean, we're not at war with Russia. I know they mess with election rumors and all this other stuff, but I mean, what they doing? That's on their own thing out there. Now, dealing with like the Taliban back in the day and stuff, no.
No, I tell you,
I mean, now I think we're all friends with the Taliban out there. From what I've been watching on a lot of stuff. Oh, we always hold meetings with Taliban. What?
See, before the season started, I said Goldie and Trevor Story were going to be MVPs. Well, I was wrong on Trevor Story, but I was right about Goldie. Well, what's the Tatis? Tatis is in the top. Is in the 10,000 PSA 10 club. I think Tatis is top rookies in the top in the 10,000 club.
Probably.
Along with Gavin Lux.
But I mean, look at it though. I mean, Tatis already having a bad career. Look how many games he's missed.
Yeah, and he wants to play. He wants to play needle sticks.
I guess he wants to go play on motorcycles too.
Mm-hmm. Soto is kind of just hit and miss. One year he'll be amazing. Next year he'll be like, there's no consistency with Soto. That's what scares me about him.
I think the only one I've been really looking at is Wander Franco. I think he's hit over max, will drop down, but as a player wise, I think he's going to be fine over time.
I think Vladdy Jr. will be fun over time.
I don't know.
He's been consistent. Vladdy Jr. has been consistent. Acuna, yeah, he's been hurt. Soto's been hurt. Alonso had his rookie year, then he dropped the next year, but then he bounced back.
Adam Dunn all over again.
Vladdy Jr. has been pretty good. He's been pretty solid. But yet, he was overhyped. But I think I still like him, but he's overhyped.
Oh, I don't know. Baseball bores me anymore with their way stuff goes. I mean, rookies take fucking 5 years to pan out. I mean, to me, again, I pull something crazy out of a Bowman box, I will sell right there. I don't care if 5 years from now it's 10 to 20x that amount that card. It's gone. Takes too long to them even to get a call up, and then if they get to call up and they stay up to be successful and become a Hall of Famer, way too much. I would rather go NFL and NBA prospecting. No, I did not know that they hang out together. Did I get Acuna? Time to dump my Acunas. He's going to be the next Tatis now. Great.
Acuna, Tatis, and Vladdy, and yeah, all three of those guys hang out together all the time.
It did. It reminds me of the Prince Fielder because his dad was Cecil Fielder and all that stuff. That's what it reminds me of too.
But I don't, not with Vladdy.
Or Ryan Howard in a way too.
Well, Ryan Howard was also 6'6". He was a tall boy. But Vladdy, he's a short. I think he's pretty short. But I mean, remember he lost a lot of weight too, and he had a good season. I can see him staying like that if he can stay. If it's his weight that's going to be the problem.
We'll see how long he stays that way. He could be one and bust. He could bust after 2 years. He's got to prove it to me over a course of at least 7 to 10 years before I say anything about being great.
Me, I like Devers. I like Bogarts. Oh, I got tons of Grady Sizemore. That was a nice little flash in the pan.
Take this down. Need anything on breakout cards anymore? Oh, so you guys know I did go into the monthly card show.
Oh, how'd that go?
Well, if Cora was here, he could tell you because I brought him in after I already got out of it. It was not what it was expected. There will be a video. I have to really trim the video down because there's just a lot of dead space in there. Dealers not showing up, all kind of issues on their system, having to navigate through 3 different freaking sites just to get into the dang thing. You guys get a video coming out. I'm going to try to get it done tomorrow. If not, it'll be out Sunday. It was a disaster, in my opinion. There were just guys just hanging out talking. It was like this Zoom, but they paid $200 to go do it.
Ooh.
I didn't see one card get sold while I was there, and I was bouncing between rooms. When I first went in there, only 4 dealers were logged in. Only 2 of them had slideshows that you could look at their cards. It was bad.
The problem is, I didn't hear about it until you said something. So the promotion on it was horrible.
Yeah, and I actually found out once you logged into the actual show, there were sponsors. It was like CSG, Slab Strong, and Slab Displays. He was there just literally stand-up displays was there making stands because he was bored out of his mind. That's the only thing I could think of. He showed his machine. He was just going down making stands. The vendors that were in there, nothing against them. I felt bad. You had paid $200 for a show, and it was crappy because they didn't do a test run. It was the first time ever doing it. They had the dealers only come on an hour before, and there were all these issues. Why not have them come on a week before and say, guys, from 6 p.m. Eastern until midnight Eastern, we're going to be logged in. Come in, make sure your stuff works, get your store loaded up with a few things. That way you know everything works. Navigate. If you have questions, we'll be in this place here. We'll come help you out and fix it. None of that was done. I want to say they had about 20 people or 20 dealers total maybe on there. So, I mean, they made like $4,000 just off the tables. But if you did all the sponsoring stuff, your dealer thinking went up to, I think, $500 or $1,000. So I'm like, At the most, when I went in, it was like 150 some. By the time me and Cora went in, it was way under 100.
I just think it was poorly promoted. I heard nothing about it until you made that video. I was like, what?
I never heard of anything either. Somebody brought it up to me.
That's what I'm saying. It was poorly promoted. Had they been promoting it for a couple months down the road, maybe some of the vendors or some of the people who had tables had YouTube channels could have been promoting it or something. It was just, I didn't hear nothing about it until you told me. And it was literally like 2 days before it.
Well, here's the best part. 2 people that would have been their biggest influencers, one being a breaker, Coffee Breaks. They had a thing on there that said, hit our play button for YouTube. Santiago Sports, same thing. So, that was just a thing of it. It was bad, especially on a weeknight too. It just was not. If I had to pay to go to it, sure, I'd have been refunding.
Had they been smart,
now you're going to lose those dealers and everybody else probably for the next show a good chunk. What I would have done was mass emailed everybody and been like, guys, our fault. It sucked. We could either refund you or we'll give you the next one for free. We will make it better. And if you're not satisfied with the second one, we'll refund you then.
They should have did it on a Friday, Saturday night. Like made it a weekend thing.
Should have did it on a Saturday. Start the damn thing at noon Eastern and go to midnight.
I would have started at Friday night, going into Saturday night, or going until late Saturday night. I would have done that.
They could have won different ways. The thing I didn't like was this. So you had to register for the website itself. Then it tells you to go trade safe. So I registered there. So then it was the time of the video or went live. Then they had me, you have to go to another third site called Hopin just to get to the broadcast piece of it all. So with Trade Safe, and I talked to 2 dealers because they were trying to get me to jump on live, but I'm like, dude, I'm doing a YouTube video. And they just laughed. But if me and a dealer came out and I wanted to buy one of his cars, the agreement's made. He then has to go through Trade Safe to send me out some kind of like email thing. Then I got to spend $25 to get up to 10 cards shipped to me. That includes insurance. So basically it goes from that dealer to Trade Safe. Trade Safe inspects it, packages it, sends it to me. But once Trade Safe gets it, then I have to release funds back to them. Trade Safe states you can only use like 3 different methods of payment. The monthly card show is saying you can do cash, whatever the heck you want. You just got to take a picture of it and upload it to Trade Safe. It was ridiculous. But I'll have a video. I'm going to try to get that out tomorrow for everybody. It was really, really bad. So I just got to think. I was talking with Cora the other night about it. I think I'm just going to do an intro, talk real quick onto the logging in piece, and then flip some different cuts to videos on there. And then I'll come back and give my comments at the end onto it. But I want to try to keep it under 10 minutes because I think I did about 45 minutes of filming in there. And it was bad. Very, very, very bad. Oh, at least half of them, Teddy.
Yeah, so you can't have that thing on a Sunday. You cannot compete with the NFL right now. No one will show up.
No. And if they're doing it monthly, they really need to think about how they're doing it. I
would do it. I would do it Friday nights because it's going to be hard to compete with college football and NFL on Sunday.
Everything should be on their website on how to do it all, especially if they're trying to hold the middleman piece out of it all with it. You know, the dealer mails the cards to them. They review it, make sure you get what you're getting. They package up all your cards up at once and ship them to you. I mean, I don't know. I got the intent behind it, but I think it's just not good. Because of the same time frame, what I would do is just have everybody do invoices. Or
Yeah.
that website should invoice out for you. And just pay it that way. They don't get in the mail, so be it. I mean, just because you're the middleman, things could still get messed up. And then where's your proof? Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot of funky breakers out there, Teddy. I think I'm probably thinking maybe a handful that I would even jump into a break with right now. And it's because of the care they do with their cards, the condition I receive them in, and that if their video skipped out or something, I'm really not worried about it. Like if they lost power in the middle of a break, I wouldn't question them. Not one bit. Not say they could go bad, but you know, that there's a strong chance 99.9% they don't. But Teddy, I think they're going after Blez now. And there's probably plenty enough ammo out there on that. I just missed somebody's comment. Where is it? Oh, in the NBA? Heck, I don't know. I don't really watch it. Probably LeBron. Somebody just did a video of LeBron basically with all these interviews talking. I wish I would have saved it because it was really good. Where he puts out stuff that everybody just knows is false or fake news. It's bad. Yeah, I haven't watched any NBA this year. I've been watching more hockey than anything. I just like because they could fight. There's a lot more action.
Yeah, I just went to a hockey game a couple days ago. So
Who, the Kings? The Mighty Ducks?
It was minor league soccer. It was yeah, it was not a nothing crazy.
Oh, I thought you went to the Mighty Ducks when you started going quack, quack, quack.
No. Nope. Went to a big game in Bakersfield.
Anybody get any new cards crazy out there?
Just this one.
Back to Golden State. Wiseman is so bad he got sent. Yeah, they're all trying to play that off on the Wiseman.
The only one I got is this one I put in the Discord.
Yeah, somewhere into the year, I think we're going to do it on the 29th. There's going to be the Whatnot live stream where I'm buying. We're going to have fun with that. I'm going to need some people's help because I don't know who in the hell's rooms to go into anymore. Granddad, I met him on here on YouTube.
Tinder.
Grinder. Omegle. Chat roulette.
I was the original Kermit. I was the original Kermit.
Hey, it was on Chatterbait. He paid me many tokens. Many Chatterbait tokens. I watched a dude open 14 boxes in less than 3 minutes. No clue what I got in a break. Oh my gosh. What the heck was he opening up? Like Panini 1-on-1? Yeah, I think Wiseman. I don't know. I still think Wiseman will be okay. I think when you look at with that overall team, there's a lot of studs already on it. You got Poole, you got Curry, was it Draymond Green? I don't even know if Klay Thompson's back playing with them. Which one is top?
We flip a coin.
It's a double-headed coin. I always take heads.
He is a giver.
I give a lot away.
He is a giver.
What we got here? Trying to see if I missed anything from my notes. Oh, this way.
The Dream Crusher is going fantastic. It's killing me. It's killing. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. This is coming back to you. Oops, let me get right about here. I just got a bubble envelope it up. I was waiting to see if I had any sales on my slabs. I don't think anybody's going on Card Vision tonight because last I see, I think Mike's in Oklahoma. I didn't know he was a Sooner, but thought he was like more of a California fan of all the teams. Credit card scammer strikes New Jersey hobby shop. Uh-oh. New Jersey sports card shop owners cautioning other retailers to be aware of a credit card scam that cost him $2,600 last week. It's occurred in several states. The owner of Bergen County Sports Cards, Robert Katz with a Z. On November 6th, he said a woman came into the shop and bought some items, including some high-end wax boxes of cards. $2,600? That's not high-end wax. High-end wax, you might get a box for that. The woman used numbers from two different credit cards, American Express and MasterCard, to buy the items. That should be flag number one. The card numbers were entered into blah, blah, blah from Bank of America.
There's flag number 2, Bank of America. I hate that bank.
Oh, they got her picture and everything. She's rocking an AC/DC high voltage t-shirt. And you definitely can see her face and everything. Oh boy, they definitely got her. Oh, he also had a $5,700 check recently bounced from a customer he thought was really good. Who the heck still uses checks? I mean, except for people over the age of 70. I do not know how many employees they have, Grunt Dad.
All right, back.
The Dream Crusher being pimped out by sports card investor. Yes. Yes. I could crush his dreams. Now I've been rolling. I got almost everything cleared up. I think I only got like 30 to 40 cards of Joey's left. I mean, I had like 100 some of his originally. But I do his just whenever type deal. But I've been trying to close him out for end of the year. One time for him, I think I had like 200 some cards of his here. But a lot of it was for if the bulk ever came back. You still use checks? Oh my gosh. I don't even know where my checkbook's at. I probably locked up in the safe. I haven't used a check in years. As a matter of fact, it was probably a couple weeks ago. I saw my mom writing a check, and I even forgot how to write one. You know what? We're going to start. I'm going to put on a community board. How many people still write checks? We're going to start crazy poll questions on the community board on YouTube now. That's going to be one of them. I think we're going to ask people, how often do you wash your hands? Do you fold or bunch your toilet paper? None here now, Teddy. Probably, I think total, I probably grade like 10 Tomeys and probably about 10 maybe Trevor's form over time.
Ligma.
Yeah, that sucks when they started the processing fees. And you got to think most of the places, like for my credit card processing, like I think it's like 20 or 30 cents plus 2.9% for every electronic transfer thing. So I kind of get why they do it because they're losing money, but it is what it is. Oh, okay.
No, I still write out checks for work, for business, sending all my bills out.
Oh, wow. Louisville auction had a $1.5 million Babe Ruth glove go off recently. Man, that thing is white. There ain't no brown leather on it at all. It's like straight white leather with dirt. $360,000 for a 700th career home run ball by Albert Pujols. I bet you somebody was trying to pump it for $1 million.
Wow, you got a submission that's entered on the 4th and already in Q&A 2. Damn.
Huh?
Bob's got a. Damn.
That has to be either economy or regular.
2 weeks is quick.
They say they're 18. It depends, Teddy, because like if it comes from a business or it's a bank check, mine will clear it automatically. But if Joey wrote me something out more than $1,000, they're gonna wait till it clears.
The $15.
Oh, the $15 thing. Wow. Wait a minute. I just mailed one off. Hold on. Now you got me all crazy here. PSA tracker up.
It says research and ID still today.
I know that, but I don't know what day I mailed it. He said it was entered on 11/4. Okay, I'm a week off from you. I was entered 11/11. Well, that's nice to know. That might be popping right around beginning December. Oh, how do I get this back?
Of course, the Judge ball is going up through auction with golden.
Oh, that's quick. How many cards were in it, Bob? So I know we set one, it's like 22 cards.
Something like that.
22, 24, somewhere around there. I think 22. Because I got your other stack over here right now.
See, the guy who got the ball, he should have just taken a couple signed things from Judge or something like 44, mostly Soto's. Damn.
Well, that's good. So that means somewhere they probably won't do it next week because of Thanksgiving. The week after, I'll be in QA2. That's what I like to see.
That guy should have just taken a couple things signed by Judge, maybe season tickets from the Yankees for the next year, and actually give Judge the ball.
I wouldn't have. I'd have been like, you want this, Aaron Judge? I want half your paycheck for a year. because you're never going to do it again, buddy. Never. Ever going to do it again. I mean, honestly, if I caught somebody offered me $3 million, I'd be like, done.
Yeah. So
done. After taxes, we're just going to say about 65% roughly. So we're still talking just a little under 200 million.
But
done.
I think the guy was going through
2 million.
Isn't the guy going through a divorce, or he was divorced and he would have to freaking like split it or some shit? There's something going on with that.
If he's divorced, he wouldn't have to. If he's in the process of a divorce, depends on the state, because if you file for separation from that separation date forward, they usually don't count stuff purchased. Every state has funky divorce rules.
I think that ball only goes for maybe, I don't even see it going for 3. He broke the AL record. He didn't break the all-time. He broke the all-time.
Pujols' 700 home run ball just got 360.
I'd rather have that one than the 62 or the 60, whatever he hit. I'd rather have the Pujols.
Oh, I agree 100%. But I mean, if I got there, somebody's offered me over $1 million for a baseball caught in a game, done. Where's your money? I want it all in $5 bills.
Oh, Judge is going to sign a big deal with the Giants. I'm already calling it.
Hey, I've had to deal with so many divorces that weren't even mine being in the Army. It was crazy. Because you start hearing some of the state laws from bouncing from post to post, your soldiers, Grunt Dad, it's stupid.
Oh, the guys from Texas? Yeah, I don't know the state law. I don't know the laws on divorce in Texas. I see that ball going for less than 3. Pujols' ball should have gone for more. Because you got,
I would be shocked if it sells more than $1 million.
There's only over a handful of players that have ever hit 700 home runs. Judge, oh yeah, he hit 60 something in a season. Still not. It's the American League record, but it's not the all-time record. It's not the combined like Bonds did. Is it impressive? Oh, yeah.
Bonds was on steroids, though, but they never test him during that season for roids.
No, but your head don't expand. Your head don't get bigger when you get older. It starts to get small. And his went from this to this. From his days with the Pirates to his days with the Giants, completely different size.
Well, look at Frank Thomas. He was really small at one time frame when he first entered the league.
Thomas was a big boy still coming in.
Look at his 1990 Topps card, okay? And then you look at him now. His head's bigger and everything.
And she'll thank you later.
What?
Eugenics.
Pujols' last homer. I watched the game in 2. That's the only reason why the Pirates sold out.
Now, Pujols is a different story. If I had caught Pujols' ball, oh, hell no, I'm selling it to the highest bidder. I've heard from too many people the Pujols is a freaking dick.
There's supposed to be some kind of hologram on the balls that they use at those games for the records.
Yeah.
And I believe once that ball is caught, they track that person down and something's done. I don't remember the exact thing to it, but they do something with the ball. And I know it deals with that serial number that they put in the ball. Granted, I guess you could pull that serial number off, put it on another ball, but you probably also got a ding mark from the bat and stuff into it too. Maybe they take pictures of it. I don't know.
Bonds would have been a Hall of Famer regardless.
He's going to be in the
He
Hall
was
of
still-
Fame this December.
He probably, well, it all depends. I'm kind of curious who's on the committee.
There's only like 11 people.
No, okay. There's a committee that picks them. It's not by the people. It's by that committee. They haven't announced who's on the committee. How do you think Harold Baines got in? Harold Baines is not a Hall of Famer in my eyes, but he got in because of the committee. And part of the committee was former players of his and a former coach, Tony La Russa.
Is this the ERA committee? Is this the one that they're doing?
Yes.
It was on an article, and I'm trying to remember.
Now, the people that are on this list: Clemens, Bonds, Schilling, McGriff, Dale Murphy, Don Mattingly, Albert Bell.
There was a write-up somewhere onto it. Oh, I cannot remember now.
Bonds was a Hall of Famer already when he was on the Pirates. He just saw what Sosa and McGuire did and got pushed aside and didn't like it. That's what I feel. But in that process, you did get kind of roped into that Balco. And you were involved in that. Just like Clemens, just like Palmeiro, just like freaking who else? Canseco. You know, Sammy Sosa has still denied it since then, but come on.
Contemporary era? Okay. I knew it was something like that. But yeah, there was a write-up on it a few weeks ago before I got that other Bonds auto in. And I remember reading it. And I thought they said there's only like 11 people, or it's a low number on the panel. And they basically said that Bonds and Clemens should both be in this winter.
It all depends on who is on the committee. To me, out of all those who should be in, I think Schilling should be in. The guy was killer in the postseason. He had a great career.
Wasn't Schilling the guy tried to start a video game company and went under?
I think Fred McGriff should be in. He would have over 500 home runs if he didn't have to go through 2 strikes in baseball. And then I think Dale Murphy should be in. Do I think Bonds and Clemens need to be in? Yes. But if you put Bonds and Clemens in, you got to put McGuire in. You got to put Sosa in. You got to put Palmeiro in. You got to put all those guys.
Sosa's a different story. He had a loaded bat too.
But McGuire, monster numbers. Palmeiro had monster numbers. You're going to put A-Rod in. You got to put Manny Ramirez in. Those guys had monster careers. I mean, if you're going to open the gates, you got to open it for everybody. You can't just pick and choose then.
Hey, buddy, they do what they want. It's like being a seller on Whatnot. You can apply yourself, but as soon as somebody else refers you, you go right through the head of the line.
Yeah, so I mean, if you let one, I mean, I guarantee there's already guys in the Hall of Fame who took steroids. I guarantee there is. Did they ever get caught? No. But these are the guys who did get implicated or did get caught. But if you let one of those guys in, you're gonna have to let everybody else in. True, Palmeiro did fail a drug test, so that's going to hurt him. A-Rod failed drug test. That's going to hurt him. Manny Ramirez, I think, it hurt him. But McGuire, you got Paul, you got Sosa. Sosa will get in. He never tested negative. He had a corked bat. I remember him having a loaded bat. But one goes in, they all go in. That's the way it should be.
I'll never forget that game. His fucking top of his bat exploded.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I remember that, too. I saw that. I was like, holy shit. And then I was like, oh, you're a dick. I was like, you're a dick.
That was the play of the week on ESPN, a matter of fact.
See, I think I've been really advocating for Fred McGriff to get in. Guys, he has 493 home runs, I think. He would have had 500 if he had to go through 2 strikes, man. Yeah, the Senate hearings did kill those guys. Killed Canseco, it killed McGuire, killed Palmero, killed Clemens. Killed all those guys. But, you know, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. But it's a shame. Fred McGriff should be in. It's a damn shame that Jeff Kent, year after year after year, is not getting the love on the ballot. He has the most home runs by any second baseman in history. You know that? He has that record. Most home runs by any second baseman in Major League history. Jeff Kent does. No love.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is all a huge popular. Like Bonds was not kind to the media. They absolutely hate him. It's going to be hard for him to get in. Oh, exactly. Bud Selig's in, and it was under his watch, but he's in the Hall of Fame. But usually every commissioner gets in. That's kind of a gimme. Like, who was the president of the Players Association at that time? I'm sure he's in, and that was under his watch. Like the next one's coming up. I think Scott Rowland's got a good chance. I hope Jeff Kent gets a bump. I was hoping Omar Vizquel gets in, but he kind of shut the bed with his domestic violence stuff. That hurts him.
EFTREM. Where'd my screen go?
The Andro. But I am not gonna lie. Those guys did kind of save baseball. Because baseball was dying because the strike, the lockout, all that stuff. They did save it.
I think Chris Sabo should get in.
Brian Taylor.
No, just Chris Sabo.
Why? Because of goggles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Todd Van Poppel just because he has a cool name.
Well, if you're going to go with the coolest name, you got to go with Dick Pole. He should be in.
No. Todd Van Poppel takes it.
Oh, you were one of the ones chasing the Chris Sabo when you were younger, huh? Sabo and Mark Grace?
No, I actually pulled a bunch of Chris Sabos, and I end up putting in a trade for my first Jordan Fleer rookie.
Oh, you got screwed out of that deal.
Yeah, I know. It was Chris Sabo. I traded Chris Sabo, a Jose Canseco, Don Russ rookie. Something else.
An 88 Don Russ, Mark Grace rookie.
No, I'm trying to think. Oh, a Bo Jackson football rookie. The little that one. That was it. I knew it was something else. I had to think. That was the trade. I think I was in 6th grade. Because that At the time, the Conseco Donruss rookie was like $100 and some card. It was going up in Beckett like crazy. And I was the only one that had one. The guy wanted. I wanted a Jordan rookie.
Edmonds made that crazy catch, Granddad. It was Edmonds. That was an amazing catch. Well, you didn't put in Greg Jeffries to sweeten the deal.
I threw in a bunch of stuff from like 88, 89 tops. I can't remember who all it was, but I know Sabo was in it. I think I gave him like 5 Chris Sabo rookies from tops. I remember the Bo Jackson card because for some reason I went to the store and I was grabbing toss packs by mistake. I grabbed 2 football and pulled Bo Jackson. And then the Donruss Conseco rookie.
Well, don't forget to include good old.
And a Cecil Fielder rookie. I knew there was something else in there. Cecil Fielder.
Oh, no, Ben McDonald.
Mm-mm.
No, Brian Taylor. None of these generational people who never panned out.
Nope, that's what I gave him. I thought it was something else.
No, Greg Olson.
No, Sabo was hot in the area. I remember they were selling for like some dealers having $5 to $10 a pop.
Oh no, in my area, everyone was going fucking stupid for McGuire and Conseco.
Oh, Conseco was huge. That, like I said, that Donruss one was huge. And I ended up getting the card in a trade. Oh, it was probably 6-7 months before. It was a little place called Tobacco Village. And I traded like a big stack of like $2 cards. And it was like a $40 card time frame. I think I gave him like $70 and $2 cards for it. And it was a screw down. And I was like, "Ooh, I get the screw down, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, you got the screw down, kid, sure." So I had it. And I remember in Beckett, it went from like 40 to 70, then it was 100. I think at a time frame, it might have been a $150 card because it was just hot. It was a hot commodity. You didn't see them at the flea markets, nothing, the Donruss ones. And that's where everybody did all their dealer stuff at the flea markets. And that's why I was holding back. And I didn't think he would do the trade. I really didn't. But he was sitting on like 12 Michael Jordan rookies too in a freaking binder.
See, in my area, it was McGuire Conseco, Steve Sachs, Oral Hershiser. Wally Joyner was huge here. Will Clark and Matt Williams were huge. And then on football, you had Bo because the Raiders. You had Montana and Rice because the Niners.
What's up with this hot girl stuff tonight? Jeez, oh man.
Those ones were like the hot cards around here because it was all California guys. But if you had a Conseco, Jesus, you couldn't hold on to it because people were just wanting it. I remember the freaking Frank Thomas being massively huge whenever you got that. The 93 Leaf Mike Piazza, when that came out, people were going stupid around that for here too because he was a Dodger.
Well, my next one that I got, I traded the 89 Upper Deck Sheffield error card. I had 2 Del Murphy reverse negatives, which at the time frame were like $150, $200 cards. 3 Griffey 89 Upper Deck rookies for. The last one I sold or got, and this is when I had 3 of them. I want to say it was 1991 Upper Deck had these Hank Aaron holograms that were SSP'd.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
I had 3 of them. And dealers were selling these things at like $100 a pop. I ended up trading those 3 there and a bunch of like odds and ends stuff to a guy for a Jordan rookie at a show because he wanted to move me. Well, he can get cash on all the Hank Aaron's and stuff. I remember giving like an 89 score Barry Sanders that was dinged up, like Brian Sandberg rookies that were dinged up, Ripken rookies and stuff. It was a lot more then for a Jordan.
The 91 Upper Deck hologram game breakers football, those were going stupid around here. Especially if you got the Barry Sanders one. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was the Upper Deck Teddy that had maybe, yeah, they both had the diamonds in his teeth. Yeah. because the 89 Upper Deck had something. I think it was like the shortstop was upside down or something, and then Del Murphy was a reverse negative.
Yeah, the reverse negative. The reverse negative. The reverse negative. Juan Gonzalez. Everyone
That
was
was
chasing
Don
that one.
Russ.
Yeah, everyone was chasing that one.
I had
Yeah,
a
that's
bunch
one.
of the Nolan. I still do. I have a bunch of the Nolan Ryan ones that had the different backs from Naughty Don
Yeah,
Russ. And
yeah.
then the Upper Deck Nolan Ryan, where it had the 300 win stripe on it, there's ones without the stripe. And I got like probably about 30 of those now. Because I'll go to shows to this day, people don't know that's an error card. They'll be in their dollar box.
Well, yeah, we were all younger. Just collecting was fun. We were just younger at that time. But man,
I am still trying to hunt down the no-name Frank Thomas. We
good
pulled him
luck.
as kids because they were in
Oh,
the grocery packs only. My buddy had like 4 of them because we kept opening up these grocery packs somewhere, and I keep looking through all my boxes from when I was a kid. I still got some in there. I don't think I have it anymore. I think I probably must have traded, but I thought I kept one somewhere. Because that's what I was telling you about that Stanley Cup hologram thing that I have and stuff. It's numbered out like 5,000 or something stupid. I got like, I think there's like 6 of them in there. And I went through it a couple times, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I remember the Santa Claus. I remember the what else was it?
Oh, the Pro Set Santa Claus?
Yeah. The 89. Yeah.
I pulled the classic Benome Rayom auto out 2,500 back in the day. The card shop went insane because she signed in silver ink and I missed it at first. And we were getting ready to go in a car, and I'm like, holy crap, this is autographed. Ran back in the store. They were taking pictures because somebody pulled the Nolan Ryan out of the store too at that time frame. I think that was like a year or 2 before. And here I am with the Benome Rayom that I pulled the auto out of. And then I had a guy pay me $800 for the Benome Rayom autograph because they thought she was going to be like actually playing hockey for Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget that. And he's like, I'm going to make you a deal you can't say no to. And I'm like, how much? And $800 back then was a lot of damn money.
How much?
Huh?
How much?
800 he paid me.
Oh, sold.
I wanted to trade him for a Lemieux rookie card. He wouldn't do it. It was the Opeachy back in the day. But he sat there. He's like, I'll give you $800 cash for that right now. And his whole thing was she was going to be the greatest thing, like this big thing about her being the first female in any sport, major sport, and all this stuff. I'm like, man, the most I was ever offered for that card was like $350. Okay. I was like $800. I'm like, I'm stupid. I'll take it.
See, Dan McGuire was 91, Teddy. Good old Dan McGuire. Tom Marinovich. Jeff George.
Hey, hopefully you guys kept some Geno Smith autographs and made some money this year.
I actually sold mine before the season started.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I had a couple that I sent to DC that I forgot about having. Like, it was weird. There was one from the quarterback class. I can't remember who all was in. It was like 3-way or 4-way auto onto it, and I was in shock. It had I can't even think of the dude's name. I think he played for Washington, the quarterback. Oh, Peachy Premier Hockey. Yes, it was.
Yeah, I remember that. That's the top. Oh, hell. Keep that. All right, guys, I got to jump off.
Yeah, it's getting late here. I'm going to get off too. I'm going to pimp my stuff on DC Sports on Twitter.
I'm going to go look for my Ben McDonald's.
There you go. Get yourself some Ben McDonald. Look for some Todd Van Poppel. And never forget, Chris Sabo is the hero of baseball. Yeah,
No.
she played some minor league. I think she played preseason in a couple games for them or something too.
No, actually, the hottest Lindros card was a 90 score traded baseball when he was in the Blue Jays uniform. Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh, you can't see him. I got sets of it back here on open.
Yeah, no, that was the hot card too, because that was like, oh my God, he's in a baseball uniform. Just like the Bo supplemental, the purple one. I actually have that one signed. He won't sign those cards no more, but I actually have one. Not the one when he's like this. I got the purple football one when he's like this with the pads.
Wow, guys, I just want you all to know from all coming in and chatting today, we made it to the top 100. We were ranked number 104 for live podcasts today out of all YouTube. 104. I just got the thingy onto it. Out of all lives going on, I mean, you got to think Ludwig's doing a marathon, and we still ranked 104 today. Holy crap. I just popped up on my screen. I'm like, what the heck is this from YouTube? And it was like,
come out swinging. Come out swinging, bitches.
All right, guys, we're out. I will catch you guys. I think I'll come on during Black Friday for overtime because I ain't doing nothing anyhow.
I should be
Maybe
on with you.
I'll open a box up or something, be bored. I don't know.
Oh, let's do a box war.
No.
Okay.
Because then I'm going to have to buy the box and send it to you. It won't get there in time. And I don't know what box I'd want to do.
That's not true. I can get it here overnight if I need to.
Oh, you're going to buy it off of like a regular retailer? Okay.
I mean, we could.
Because until I would place an order on Monday and pray it would be here on Wednesday. The way GTS is going, hell, half day you put in your order, they don't ship for 2 days.
Actually, no. What you can do is I'll give you the money, you buy 2 boxes, and you open them. You're like, all right, this is my box, and this is your box.
I'll think about it. I don't know if I want to do box wars at the end of the year.
Okay.
I'll think about it. Because if there's actually a cheap, decent box out there that I would do, yes, but I'm not doing any of the stuff that's overpopulated, which is like 80% of the product out there. Maybe like Clearly Authentic or something stupid, but then it sucks because it's not all serial numbered.
What about a Bowman Inception?
I don't know. Let me think. I'll look through stuff. I'll try to find something that may be possible, and I'll let you know.
Maybe Origins Football? I don't know what the price is on that, but
I don't know either. Oh, but all right, I'm out, guys. He's out too. Appreciate it as always. Be back probably. I'll probably say I'm 90% sure I'll do Black Friday late. All right, guys.
I should be on with you unless, well, I don't know. My in-laws will be in town, so we may be at the cha-ching. So I don't know yet. I'll let you know.
All right, man. Later, everybody.